So yeah, we're here today to help you through your experience of trying to decide what games you might want to play to. Today, by me doing a final review on Tunic for you guys. So I'll go through my structure on how I go about scoring it out of 10, and then I will go ahead and score it out of 10 with some video footage playing in the background for you guys there. So category number one, continuous challenge. I love having a continuous challenge with the game, something that'll really make you think about the game after, as well as while you're playing it, to really try and strive you forward and maybe make you fail every once in a while. But a continuous challenge is a good part of any game. Uh, Category number two, interesting story and good end. I did an interesting story and a good end is an integral part of playing the video game. If there's not an interesting story and there's not a good end, like really, what's the point? It's just some of these games are just so hollow with no ending and no storyline that it just doesn't feel like you're actually part of it. So interesting story and good end is a very important part of it. So category number three is flexibility and useful rewards. I do like flexibility, making different choices for my character that will affect me positively or negatively through my gameplay, as well as useful rewards that will also help or hinder me in my gameplay. And something it is more helpful, and they took away the hindering. I did like that way back in the day. Some of the stuff used to be cursed, and that weapon might be really good, but it's also at the same time bad for you. So they have to kind of bring that back a little bit more. Category number four, fun and realism. The game has to be fun, but it also has to be realistic in the fact that you're playing it. And so fun factor is I would say a greater part in this category, but realism definitely has to play a part in it. It can't be too crazy and out there, or it's just not going to feel right. Like, your characters have to actually be in the Weird West, or for the example of Tunic here, you have to actually be a little fox in a world running around. You can't do it floating in the air in space. It won't work. So you have to have realism associated with the game. And number five, the category that I don't like, but it always gets games. It always gets games. Oh, it's so hard. It catches them off guard because they don't expect me to have this. But category number five is bugs and serious flaws. I will take 2 full points off of your game if you come out with bugs and serious flaws. It's 2022. Coders have been doing this for a very long time. We shouldn't have to have just garbage coming out at us that we have. Like one of the games I'm playing through right now, for example, like I had to backtrack and do a save and try and go through it again. It shouldn't be like that. It should just be a simple playthrough, enjoyable game with nothing wrong with it. There's a lot of talented people out there. Go for the talent, pick up the talent. Don't pick up the trash and give us bugs to deal with, especially when the game's supposed to be released and ready to go and it's not. So those are the different categories that I go by when scoring the game. So there you go. We will throw up some footage in the background here of Tunic and get going. Tunic was very fun. I very much enjoyed it. And the first category is actually continuous challenge. With continuous challenge, it was very strong in this one. It was continuous challenge brought forward by curiosity. You were always curious about what might be in that corner, or if I cut down that bush, what might happen. So continuous challenge was accentuated further by curiosity and not knowing anything about the game. So a full 2 points in this category, absolutely. I found myself thinking of this game and trying to figure out some of the challenges that they presented against me after hours. Like I'm thinking, like, how do I actually get through that mountain door? That mountain door had me stumped for a few days. But we did figure it out. We got through it. So continuous challenge, awesome. Full 2 points. So interesting story and good end. There's not a lot of games that make me emotional, but this one for some reason did. So very strong emotions and feeling like you're doing the right thing at the end there when you presented a little notebook to the character, and when you did, they had like a little tear roll down her eye, and they realized that you in fact understand everything about the game and the world, and you get to go and set out off on your adventure. And that was, I say that I'm getting like emotional a little bit talking about it here now. So very strong story, very strong ending. Even though there was a little bit of lacking details initially, like it didn't hold your hand, which I thought was going to be hindering, but it was actually fun. It was enjoyable. So interesting story, good end. Yeah, absolutely. A full 2 points on that one for you. Absolutely. Flexibility and useful rewards. Flexibility was there because you could switch between different forms, or you could use different bombs and different potions and all of that different fun stuff that help you get through there. You would have the orb, you could pull enemies out of the way, and little things that you would get along the way would make things easier for you to do. So flexibility, useful rewards. Yes, you could absolutely run towards the gun, for example, and get the gun before you get the sword if you wanted to, which is actually, in fact, one of the achievements in this game. Good job on flexibility, useful rewards. I can't say anything wrong about that. Good job. I was flexible enough that you could make different choices and to be able to do that. There's a lot of hidden secrets and stuff too that made the flexibility useful in finding these secrets. Okay. So category number 4, fun and realism. Very fun. I can't emphasize how fun this game was. It really drags you in, it pulls you in, and catches you. And it's somewhat realistic in the fact that you're fighting and you have a sword and a shield, and you kind of feel a little bit more in the role playing stance of things. Having fun and it feeling real, like you're actually holding that sword and you're actually holding that shield. So category number 5, bugs, flaws, and serious defects. With fun and realism, you're getting a full 2 points, by the way. I did not say that. So bugs and flaws and defects. There was just 2 bugs that I ran into, and I've never been able to say that about a game before, especially a game that was made by one person. So yes, there was bugs, but none of them impeded me. One of them was glitchy ground a couple of times, and really, in the grand scheme of things, that's not the end of the world. And another one was I had a trouble with camera zoom in when I was in the ziggurat. It would zoom in on the background a couple of times, and it would really make me lose orientation of my character. But that's it. Like 2 bugs, one extremely minor, and the other one, you know, extremely minor. Like all I had to do was back up, and they caught the camera again, and then I continued on. There was no problem. So, very very few bugs, if any at all. So I don't know if I like this game is going to score like a 9.8 out of 10. I'm just going to take a couple of points off, point 1 and point 1 for either one of those bugs that I found in there. Because this game is just phenomenal. I love how they don't give you 100 things to try and figure out and learn and give you a tutorial and stuff right away. I love the fact that I didn't know what I was doing and I had to go and find it out. Uh, there's a really strong part about this game that I didn't realize existed within me, that I like knowing, not knowing what I'm actually getting myself into when I come into a video game. Maybe they've catered a little bit more to me in the past in trying to give me tutorials and saying this is how you play the game, this is how you're going to do it. But I liked not knowing. I really did. I did. So it's a final score for Tunic of 9.8 out of 10. Absolutely phenomenal. Made by one person, man. Like, I almost feel bad giving you 9.8 out of 10 because it was one person. One person. Just outstanding. Outstanding. I would suggest this to anybody that has some patience with the analog, because the analog is a little difficult. Some of the analog combat can be a little bit daunting. I know a couple of bosses took me 20 tries or more to get down. So there is a little bit of a learning curve with the analog combat style that is used in this game, but if that's something that you can get used to or just get past, this game is fantastic for you. It's very fun, enjoyable, has hidden secrets, make you go, oh wow, 100 times. Very well done. 9.8 out of 10. Good job, Andrew Scholdice of Nova Scotia. Fantastic, man. Uh, every game I keep on saying is fantastic and is nice seems to be coming out of Canada. I don't understand why that is. However, thanks for joining me for a final review for Tunic. If you did like anything you saw here, maybe I helped you decide in playing Tunic, because you would very much enjoy it if you got in there and played it right now. Do give the video a thumbs up, and if you really like the fact that I helped you with a final review and helped you decide what game you want to play, do hit the subscribe button, because I'm here to help through Xbox Game Pass experience. However, reminding you until next time, take care of yourself, your friends, and your family. Take care.